This is Block 10, the 1960s, Section 1, A Critical Elite, with the part beginning Tennessee Williams. Tennessee Williams and Arthur Miller are both playwrights. They write plays, some of which you probably know, or at least are somewhat familiar with. Tennessee Williams wrote about, the fact that modern American life made a lot of people psychologically unstable. And these psychologically unstable people were easily pulled apart by the forces of American middle-class life. The stress of middle-class life, the stress of having and keeping a job and providing for your family and looking the way you're supposed to look, the stress of being who you're supposed to be, the stress of kind of following social expectations leads people to these psychological breakdowns where just everybody turns out nasty. A Glass Menagerie is a good example. A Streetcar Named Desire, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. You might be familiar with some of these works. Arthur Miller is another playwright that you're probably familiar with to a certain degree, who wrote in the 1950s critical of American middle-class life and values. He attacked the very concept of the American dream. Nice house, car, house out in the suburbs. And in his attacking, the American dream through his most famous work, Death of a Salesman, he criticizes, what Americans want and what Americans are supposed to want and what Americans do to get what they want. That, if you dream that in the future you'll be able to, afford your own house and have your own car and, raise your own family, there's something, according to Arthur Miller, something kind of spiritually wrong with that. And he wrote his plays showing that the American dream was kind of a lie and it destroyed lives instead of creating better lives. In his other play, The Crucible, he draws a historical parallel between McCarthy's hunting for communists and the hunting for witches back at the Salem witch trial, implying that McCarthy's goal of ridding the American government of communist influence was as ridiculous as the people in Salem trying to rid their community of witches. Again, it's an assault on the common American beliefs, values, morals, and middle-class existence. It's kind of a theme here in the 1950s with the elites. And then those elites, their ideas are going to percolate down to lots and lots more people in the 1960s, which creates a lot of the upheaval of this particular decade.